Hello again, I'm back with a new book to share. A small soft cover journal this time. I had great fun with a pile of sari silk scraps and fabric scraps, and it's very scrappy, this one, and lots of bits, lots of sewing. I've got this lovely tweed fabric that has lots of colours in it, so I basically just sat and pulled out lots of bitties that went with this fabric, and this is what I ended up with. So I started with the tweed, added a layer of tulle over the top, and then I cut into the tulle and then added the sari silk on top, and basically just kept adding bits till I was happy with it. And this is sort of what happened. I've added these lovely vintage buttons that are shell, I think, of some description, and they've got a lovely, I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but they've got a lovely gleam to them. The base is actually purple. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually a dark purple, and it's just lovely. And because it got quite scrappy, I didn't put an image here. I just went with little butterflies. It's an old bracelet I chopped up, and I've just stitched them on along with the buttons. It does have a wee dangle on this one, which is an old necklace, which can come off because it's just on with a ball pin. So I used this lovely sari closure, which again has a lot of the colours through it, and I've put these beads on the end of this one. But it's almost square, this one. It's 4 inches roughly by 5, maybe slightly more, but it's a nice little size and it feels lovely. And I haven't done a soft cover one for a while, and I've really enjoyed doing it. Because the tweed is quite thick, I didn't put any paper between this one. I've just used a curtain material in the inside, which again is quite thick, and it just gives it a lovely finish. I'm quite happy with. This is a lovely piece of curtain material. It's got a lovely watercolour effect to it, which matches all my colours perfectly. So I had great fun with this one. I really liked how it turned out. So I'll try and make sure I'm in frame to show this one. So there's lots of embellishing in this one. There's not really a theme to it. I've just basically gone through my stash and picked out as much of these colours as I could, and just tried to tie all that together. So there's lots of tulle and lace and sari silk and things either glued or sewn in. And there's lots of beads on this one as well. There's beads on the signature stitching, and there's lots of beads on paper clips. So yeah, I will start with this one. So I've used there's 2 signatures in it, and each signature starts with the card, and then inside is just papers. And I've used modelling paste to add texture. And this is, I was supposed to write it down, My Porch Prints, I think. It's a kit for a tiny little book that you put together. But I just love the images on it, and rather than make it into a little book, I've just used the tiny size for little journaling cards. So it's really pretty. But I will be doing something with the other bits I've printed off at some point. So I've got lots of dangles on this one, again with more of this tulle. And it's a broken necklace, so all the colours tie together really nice. So there's more texture paste on here, lots of lace. I thought I'd run out of this lace I've used before, but I found a tiny bit in my scraps box. So there's a couple of wee bits of that in here as well. So lots of little collages in this one as well, and I've used some of the Observer's vintage books with the little bits about flowers. This is an original bit of ephemera from my stash from 1919. I got a pile of old checkbooks, so I've got a lot of these lovely stubs from old checkbooks, and they're really pretty, the writing and everything on them. They're all roughly sort of 1909 to about 1919. I think that's all roughly the ages of them. I think there's some Tracy Fox papers in here. My Porch Prints. I think that's all I've used. but I'll see as I go along. So I've done lots of little collages on this one, just again sat with my scrap box and my needle. I do all my stitching by hand. I just sit with a pile of bits and stitch them together, and I just really have good fun doing that. So more little journaling cards in there. And I've used quite a lot of washi tape in this book as well, because I got some new Tim Holtz stuff, so I was having a play, and lots of little bits that I've got left over from kits that I've used in the past. And I've used quite a lot of die cuts as well from, I have an old Cricut machine, and I had a wee box of bits from when I've used that, so they've all ended up in this book as well. So it doesn't have a theme as such, I've just gone with the colours of the fabric. So again, this is a lovely silver heart, which was again off an old necklace. This is more of that My Porch Prints kit, just so pretty. And another vintage check stub. This is 1939. There's a little bit of Tim Holtz paper in here as well that I've used for some of the cardboard pages. This is a vintage letter. I used this as a page, but it didn't turn out to be strong enough. So the other side of it, I've just got as a journaling card now, and I've used lots of washi tape to strengthen it. So it's not going anywhere now, it's fine. And got another wee pocket here, which again is another old check. Oh, that's Mrs. Cogg's little fairy tale image. A wee bit of vintage trim there as a pocket. I've just made a wee pocket here with some book page and some, no, can't remember where I got that paper from. I think it's Dot Design something. I'll try and remember. We've got more. This is a vintage bus ticket or train ticket. Bus ticket, I think. And another wee checkbook stub. And then there's some little journaling cards in there. This is lovely handmade paper, which again went with my colours. It's a lovely bit of lace here. It's an old lace collar, and these beads all came with it. I've got another wee collage here, but then I've used these little purple beads throughout as well. They're really cute. I found this, was delighted. I found an Edith Holden book in the charity shop, which is miniature. It's a really little one, so I've used some of that in here as well. So this is the February page, and like I said before, there's beads on all the strings on this one. We've got a wee tip here. This is a bit vintage hanky. It's more of that tulle, and again some little bits I've just sewn together. And this is really nice. This is a little file folder. I'm going to have to I'll put the link below for this. It's Dot Designs. I've only just discovered them on Etsy, and I really like this collage sheets. So I will list it below, because I can't remember exactly what they're called. I should write it down before I start a video, but I never remember. So I've got another wee collage here. And there's some avocado dyed paper in here as well. It's just some book page. But we've got a little pocket on this side. And another wee, just bits of fabric sewn together here. And again, like I said, I've used quite a lot of washi tape. And another little stitched collage there. I put some of this card through an embossing, with an embossing folder, so it's got some really nice texture to it. And another wee pocket there. And this is the end of the first signature. So we've got a wee pocket here, and these are from a Tracy Fox kit. And this is from 1909. So the centre between the two signatures, I've done sort of matching pockets and used some die cuts and done the sort of similar thing on either side. I like the fact that it almost looks like a wee bridal veil on her there. Quite like how that worked out. I don't know if you can hear that, it's my cat making a noise just beside me. So there's 2 wee journaling cards in each of the pockets there. So next signature, this is the other side of that envelope page that came out. So it wasn't quite as strong as I thought it was, but like I say, I've used plenty of washi tape on the other page and it's fine. But I wanted to keep it in because it's aged beautifully, it's really nice. So I just put it in with a paper clip instead. We've got another wee collage here and some avocado dyed music paper. There's another page from that little Edith Holden book. I did a sort of effect with ink on this. It's like textured wallpaper, and it ended up leaving a mark on the opposite page, and I really liked it. I like how it ended up. So it's actually an image of that. I hadn't waited for the ink to dry before I moved on, but I really like how it ended up. So we've got another wee pocket here, which is just different trims all sewn together, and another one of the wee purple beads. Another bit of book page. All the book pages have been tea dyed and stamped and stuff. Done another wee flip there with washi tape. And there's another one of those beaded collars as a page edge. This is vintage as well. It's 1924 for that one. It's a little bank book. And again, I've used lace and die cuts. I've got another wee pocket here, which is a double pocket. And another wee collage here. And that's the other side of the textured wallpaper. So again, it's left these marks on the page opposite, and I really like it. I like some of these happy accidents you end up with when you're doing this. So I've done another one of these lovely wee file folders. And it's one of these hearts off the necklace I had on the paper clip. And again, I love this tulle. It's so soft. And on the back I've used more modelling paste and just a wee decoration. It's just more of that fabric here. So there we go. So this will be in my Etsy shop once, so when this video goes live, it'll already be in my shop there if anybody's interested in popping over and having a look. The link will be below. But thank you very much for watching.